to be affected, you were hearing the other day, by the spending review, and yet you have heard about the difference that money makes also on this morning's show. First, all this week, Soul Sister has been at Nottingham's Theatre Royal. Supposed to be a musical inspired by the lives of Ike and Tina Turner, complete with all the songs. It has been described by critics as sensational and slick. But it seems like it's not had the best week in Nottingham, because yesterday came into an email from Trevor, who was talking about concerns about Wednesday afternoon's performance, which was cancelled with 20 minutes to go. Trevor says the reason given was unsatisfactory. It appears the main performer and understudy were unable to perform. Many people thought the reason seemed unbelievable. Everyone who attended this performance deserves an explanation. And then today I come into an email from John, who was at last night's performance. Hello, John, morning to you. Tell me a little bit more about what you actually...
what happened last night?
Yeah, what went on?
We were waiting at about 7:20. It seemed a bit late for the doors to open, and there was an announcement through the PA that both, as you've just described for the Wednesday afternoon performance, both the main lead for Tina and the understudy were indisposed. One had lost the voice and one had a bad back, but they would go ahead with what they called a concert performance, and the PA announced it as a unique performance. Well, I saw it on Tuesday and it was a brilliant show, lucky winner of one of their competitions. So I took a friend. I didn't take Janet with me, and I wanted her to see the proper performance actually, but we thought we'd give it a go and see what happened. So we went in. It started 30 minutes late at 8 o'clock instead of 7:30, and the first act was considerably edited down and only ran 30 minutes instead of an hour. I got the timings from the previous performance I saw, you see.
Yeah.
We had a 20-minute interval, and then we had a second act. That was 50 minutes instead of 80, so altogether it was 1 hour short.
What was it like, though?
What was it like? Well, it was interesting to see, but you could see really the cast, I think, in their own mind, knew that we were being shortchanged.
And is that's how you feel?
That's how I feel about it. They knew that, yes. A lot of people had left. There was a long queue at the start to discuss refunds, and after the interval, even more left. I would say the theatre was less than a quarter full, and it had been a packed performance on Tuesday night. So we were very disappointed about it.
What do you want to happen now?
What's to happen now? What would I like to happen?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like a refund on the £21. I don't know about a full refund. I did see something, so that I tried to contact the Ambassador Theatre Group, who seem to be producing the thing. I don't know whether there'll be any response from them, and I'll probably try and contact Bill Kenwright, who was the producer. His company produced it.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with that, but maybe there's a bit more explanation now from Jonathan Saville. He's from the Theatre Royal and Royal Concert Hall. Hello, Jonathan, morning to you.
Good morning, Andy.
It sounds like it's been, beset with illness, then, this particular production.
Yeah, I mean, your gentleman before said the explanation was unbelievable. Unfortunately, the explanation was absolutely accurate. The Jenny Fitzpatrick, who was playing Tina in the show, had lost her voice on Wednesday afternoon and was medically told that she should not sing on the afternoon. And the understudy, who obviously was covering her, had got a doctor's note to say she was physically unable to perform because of a back injury. I have to say, in the 20 years that I've been working in theatre, this is the first time that has ever happened. So it's obviously very exceptional circumstances. But we, at the time, obviously on the Wednesday afternoon, we offered people a full refund or the opportunity to move to a different show. Again, last night, we offered people a full refund should they not want to sit through the concert version. I mean, looking at the emails last night that I've just picked up, the producers were obviously keen to show something. People had travelled from distances and they wanted to try and put on as best performance they could. But we did say to people who went into the show, should they feel after the first 10, 15 minutes that they were not happy with what they were seeing, that we would still honour refunds, and as the gentleman said, we did honour refunds up till the interval.
Yeah. So, but if you stayed for the whole thing and still weren't happy, you're not prepared to do anything about that?
No, because at the end of the day, you've sat through the show, and I think there's a very clear distinction between sitting through the show and not enjoying it, and not watching the show.
Even though it wasn't the show it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, but people knew that before they went in, Andy.
So what will happen now? Because obviously you've got two performers who still aren't really well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, we've our managing director contacted Mr. Kenwright. It's nothing to do with the Ambassador Theatre Group. It's a Bill Kenwright production. So our managing director contacted Bill Kenwright last night. and they've assured us that the producer will be with us first thing this morning and will be in to sort the show out. So until I get in, obviously I don't quite know what sort the show out means, but from that, at this moment in time, I would assume that this evening's performance and the two performances on Saturday will still go ahead. If that isn't the case, then we'll obviously contact people who booked tickets for that. But as I say, at this moment in time, I'm assuming that this evening and Saturday's performance will still go ahead in their full original version.
OK, Jonathan, thank you. Jonathan Saville from the Theatre Royal on BBC Radio Nottingham with a little bit more about the problems that they've had with the production of Soul Sister due to illness this week. It's 27 minutes past 8 o'clock. I'm